Hello everyone, this is Pooka and welcome to another game I played on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Sorry my video started a little late this time, but that's okay. There was a brand new update today on PTCGO, which fixed the glitch with Trubbish's Tool Drop when it interacts with Sigilift's Toolbox ability. Before, it was not counting each tool extra attached to Sigilift. Of course, that ability allows you to attach 4 tools to a Sigilift, and then Tool Drop does 20 times the number of Pokemon tools in play, including your opponents. But what would happen is even if you had like 4 attached to Sigilift, it would only count 1 for Tool Drop, so the deck just didn't work at all. Now, they fixed it, and now it works, and now I got a game for it right away, and we'll see how this one goes. Okay, so he goes off with a Thunderous EX turn 1, gets a Raiden Knuckle. Unfortunately, Sigilift is weak to Lightning, so that's a bit of a bummer there. And he does get to hit me for 60. Not too explosive of a start, but still putting on a little pressure. Hitting me for 60 there. We do get the Surskit, of course. This deck is kind of neat, to be honest. Obviously, it revolves around Tool Drop. You know, getting as many tools as possible into play and all that good stuff. But Masquerain is actually a really cool card as well with this deck, since you run so many different types of tools. It's really pretty neat. It has that tool reversal ability. Once you get Masquerain out, you get to just pick up any tools you have in play. I was trying to decide where I want to put all these tools, since it could be an issue. I probably should have put that EXP share onto Surskit, just to kind of spread my tools around a bit in case that Sigilift gets catchered. But not a big deal. Shouldn't affect the game too much. Alright, so we do have a Tool Scrapper, which of course is the bane of this deck's existence. My opponent says to put down a Silver Bangle on a Thunderous EX. Not quite sure why he did that, but that's actually going to come back to help me, since there are more tools in play now. Also attached to the Keldeo. Interesting move. He could, if he has a DC, he could just Secret Sword next turn, which actually knocks out Trubbish, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But anyway, I get another energy onto Trubbish here. I do play a small Chorus Machine and Plasma Badge line in this deck, since it's Plasma Badge is a tool anyway. And Tool Drop only takes 1 Psychic and 1 Colorless, so maybe every once in a while I can get some Energy Acceleration out. I don't know if I'll ever actually be able to use that successfully, but oh well. I keep it in the deck just in case. Okay, so now, I can Tool Drop this turn. The problem, if I do that, well, first of all, I don't know if I have enough tools. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, with the Silver Bangle, yeah, I could knock out this active Keldeo. I think. 7, yeah, I think that'd be enough. The problem is if Trubbish gets knocked out, then I don't have a follow-up Trubbish, because it takes 2 energy to Tool Drop. And actually I'd be 1 tool short. I overestimated how many I had in play. So I would be 20 short if I decided to Tool Drop this turn. So we're just going to go ahead and drop the Giant Cape onto my Trubbish with all the energy on it. And then I figured out that my Tropical Beach got countered. And I passed instead of filling my hand up to 7. So I feel like kind of a dummy. Oh well. Man, whenever I put Tropical Beach out there, it just feels like it's always out there, and I always get to use it. But he played a Frozen City down, so I don't get to use it anymore. Oops. Not a big deal. I probably would have done the same thing, but it would have been nicer to have that much more energy in play. That is, that would, no doubt about that. I would like to have more cards in my hand currently. Alright, so he does get the Float Stone. It's actually another tool in play for me, which I kind of appreciate. And then he's going to catch out that Sigilift that has 60 on it already. So that's going to do 2 things. It's going to take a tool out of play, which is super annoying. And then it's going to knock out the Sigilift. He'll get the first prize. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Not the biggest deal in the world, but we're going to have to start to do something soon. I'm kind of happy that, Trubbish isn't going down. Sigilift is the one that's going down. Because honestly, this deck gets crippled if you knock out the Trubbish with all the energy. Because it takes 2 to attack. That is honestly the biggest weakness of this deck. It takes 2 energy to attack, and it's just too costly. And it only has 70 HP, so it's pretty much going to get knocked out every turn. But alright, we go for a big Juniper here. And, you know, this hand, let's see, let's take a look at the board here. Now, I do get that Masquerain, which is huge. We can start to do reversal and all that stuff. I missed an energy drop, though. That is going to be crucial. That might be devastating, actually. Now, I could, let's see. I could get the EXP share onto Trubbish. My opponent's already played a Tool Scrapper, so maybe he just won't be able to Tool Scrapper away the EXP share. So when the Trubbish goes down, he'll my one on the bench will get another energy. So we're going to go ahead and Tool Reversal and now take back Giant Cape. This is why I love Masquerain. This is actually awesome. You get to just kind of move your stuff around. Usually you don't get to do this. So we're going to, put the Silver Bangle to the active Trubbish. Then we'll start to play down some more tools. Put a Silver Mirror onto the Sigilif. We're just dropping a bunch of tools. I really like this deck. It's kind of a neat concept to have in the game. And then I could play the Tropical Beach, get rid of my Floatstone, and be immune to N. So probably counter that Frozen City as well with my second Tropical Beach. And then, alright, we're going to Tool Drop for 190 damage this turn. That Silver Bangle hitting the extra 30 there is what got me the knockout. And also, him having 2 tools in play helped. He probably needed to put down the Floatstone. The Silver Bangle probably wasn't necessary, but the Floatstone would have given me the plus 20 I needed to get the knockout anyway. So a Trubbish just knocked out a Thunderous EX in 1 hit. Let that one sink in. Trubbish beats Thunderous. Okay. This is one of the coolest decks we have right now, I think. Just having that little Trubbish. Normally you're used to him evolving into a Garbodor and then, just sitting there the whole game not doing anything. But Trubbish is a powerhouse in this deck. That should be obvious to you right now. Okay, here is a Tool Scrapper number 2, and that is actually devastating. If he can discard the EXP share, I am just dead. And looks like he didn't go after the EXP share. Alright. Good for me. If he could get rid of that, then he would just be able to, prevent me from using Tool Drop next turn. Which is lame. Oh. Okay, he just has another Tool Scrapper. Alright, that's 3 Tool Scrapper. Beautiful. Wow. Well, that just sucks. He's now taken away 6 of my tools with Tool Scrapper. Fortunately, he discarded 1 from the active as well, which doesn't make sense because he's going to knock out the active, but whatever. Frozen City is back, but I didn't get End, so it's not a big deal. I mean, taking 20 from Frozen City when you have a 70 HP Pokemon isn't the biggest deal in the world, right? So yeah, for some reason, the one he left in play was this EXP share, which now allows me to attack this turn. So I'm actually pretty happy about this. However, I'm only left with 2 tools in play. 3 total when you keep in mind that he has 1 as well. And now I got a decision to make here. We have a Bianca, and an N, and a Dowsing Machine. And I got to decide what I want to do. There are a ton of tools in my discard pile. Looks like 6, 7, 8 tools or something like that. 8 tools are gone. Gonna be pretty tough for me to get enough in play to get a knockout this turn. So I got to decide what's my best route here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of just go for it, I think. Super Rod won't do enough for me. N really isn't doing a whole lot for me. Might as well just try to get a tool here with this Dowsing Machine. Well, not try. We're going to take a tool. We're going to take the Silver Bangle, since that's going to give me the best shot of knocking out this active Keldeo. Attach to the active, and Bianca for 6, and we'll see what we get here. We got 5 tools. I think that's enough. I think that's exactly what I needed. So I can go ahead here, and let's see. There's actually 20 damage on his Keldeo as well from the Frozen City. Wow, what a ridiculous draw that was. Okay, so we can put the Silver Mirror onto Trubbish, and he's already used 3 Tool Scrapper, so I think my Trubbish is actually safe for the turn. That is ridiculous. Alright, so we're going to just keep dropping tools down. We'll put a Plasma Badge there, a Silver Mirror there, a Floatstone here. Played my hand down to 0 this turn, and then Tool Drop for 180 damage, knocking out a Keldeo EX. Trubbish has knocked out 2 EXs in one fell swoop. Like, just one-shotting 2 EXs in a row. Trubbish is a monster, and look, my opponent concedes the game. Alright, feel the power of Trubbish, folks. Tool drop. It's legit. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Has some more videos for you soon. I am Pooka, and I'll see you guys next time.